Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. We start with the tragedy unfolding in Nashville, Tennessee. Multiple people shot and killed at a private Christian grade school. Police say the shooter was a woman who was shot and killed by police inside the school. Jonathan Seri has the latest.
She entered the school through a side entrance and traversed her way from the first floor to the second floor, firing multiple shots.
A 28-year-old woman opens fire inside a private Christian elementary school in Nashville, killing 3 children and 3 staff members before being shot and killed by police. It happened Monday morning at the Covenant School, a Presbyterian school of some 200 students ranging from preschool to 6th grade. According to police, the first report of shots fired came in around 10:13 a.m. Minutes later, a team of officers responded and began clearing the building.
When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers.
5 of the victims, 3 children and 2 adults, were rushed to the hospital and were later pronounced dead. Nashville police say no one else was hurt. And while it's still unclear how the woman is connected to the school, police say she was heavily armed with 2 assault rifles and a handgun. Monday afternoon, President Biden sent his condolences to the families impacted and also called on Congress to do more to stop gun violence.
It's heartbreaking, a family's worst nightmare. And we have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation.
Police say they're now investigating a motive and reviewing surveillance video from the school. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
The Portland Fire Department has received over $400,000 in funding. The funding will go to fueling recruitment efforts. It will also restart a program to give young adults real-life firefighting experience. The funding comes from FEMA's Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Program, also known as SAFER. New transportation funding is coming to Ithaca to help improve school bus and other transit operations. According to Senator Chuck Schumer's office, $1.7 million in funding will be used to develop a traffic signal priority system. This system promotes the efficient movement of transit vehicles, such as school buses and fire trucks, by adjusting the timing of traffic signals. The New York Lottery has updated its deadline regarding the purchasing of same-day draw Mega Millions tickets. Currently, lottery players were able to buy tickets until 10:45 p.m. on the same day as a Mega Millions lottery draw. However, effective April 4th, the new deadline to purchase same-day tickets will be 10 p.m., so 45 minutes earlier. According to the New York State Lottery, the change will give them more time to conduct closing procedures for each Mega Millions draw. If you live in the Twin Tiers and you don't want to travel too far for authentic Puerto Rican and Dominican cuisine, you don't have to. Our Maggie Hall visited a restaurant which serves all of the above.
Tucked into the city of Elmira is Boricana Moray, serving authentic, home-cooked Dominican Puerto Rican food.
We always wanted to open up a restaurant, and my other half says, hey, let's do it. My kids were all on board. There is nothing like this here in Elmira. There's not much of a diversity up here. So, and we have a huge Hispanic, Caribbean. People just don't know the population we have. It's huge. We have a huge population.
Crystal is Puerto Rican and her partner Andy is Dominican. Together, they opened Boricana Moray. And people come from all over for their food.
We get people from everywhere, from PA, across New York State. We've had people come from Puerto Rico. They drop off their kids at Elmira College, and they've come twice, 3 times since we've opened. People now just coming in off the interstate.
Boricana Moray is a popular favorite for Elmira College students.
They found out and they're like, oh my God, this is a home-cooked meal. I feel like back home. There's people from everywhere. We just found out Elmira College has such a huge diversity. Soccer team, the wrestling team, it's so huge. They feel like home. We literally, those 2 tables have been separated. We have just kept them like that because they come in as a group, like a family. They come in and they just It was needed.
Their full menu is on Facebook at their page, Boricana Mo Rey. You can find homemade, authentic Puerto Rican Dominican food right here at 456 West Washington Avenue, Elmira. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
A hotel in Horseheads has finally opened its doors to guests after 13 years of construction. The Best Western Plus on Corning Road has 102 guest rooms, as well as an indoor pool, fitness center, and on-site restaurant. The hotel faced many issues during its lengthy construction period due to legal battles with contractors and the COVID-19 pandemic. The Elmira Water Board announcing its spring hydrant flushing schedule. The flushing will begin on Thursday, April 5th, and will continue through April 24th. The Water Board would like to remind homeowners that they may see discolored water while flushing occurs. If your water is discolored, the Water Board recommends running cold water until it becomes clear. The full hydrant flushing schedule is available on the Elmira Water Board's website. The Ticketmaster debacle over Taylor Swift Eras concert tour, now a lawsuit brought by Swifties themselves. 340 fans bringing a case against both Ticketmaster and Live Nation in a Los Angeles court today, after system failures in November caused chaos for anyone trying to buy tickets. The Swiftie suit plaintiffs, represented by a diehard Swift fan, she says, quote, Live Nation's monopoly impacts the safety of fans, the ability of smaller businesses to compete, wastes taxpayers' money, and exerts inordinate control over artists' careers. Violent protests throughout the country prompt Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to put his plans for a big legal overhaul on hold for now. Trey Yingst has more from Jerusalem.
These are the biggest protests we've seen in Israel in some time. Thousands have taken to the streets here in Jerusalem and throughout the country to demonstrate against proposed judicial reforms. Overnight, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fired the country's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, leading to clashes in some cities. You can see here police making their way through the demonstration on horseback, trying to control this crowd. Gallant refused to support the reforms and warned of a fracture in Israeli society that could ultimately lead to a deteriorating security situation. For many protesters here, his firing was the last straw.
He is fired, dismissed like this? What are we, a banana republic? What is this?
On Monday morning, Israeli unions joined the demonstrations, effectively shutting the country down. And by nightfall, Netanyahu appearing to make a concession to protesters, announcing he'll pause the judicial overhaul, just hours after a review panel gave tentative approval to the plans during a contentious session of parliament. Netanyahu now says he'll seek compromise with his political opponents, while also acknowledging the country is, quote, at a dangerous crossroads.
From a national responsibility, from the will to avoid the rift within the people, I decided to give time to get a broad consensus to pass the legislation.
Netanyahu says the reforms are needed because the judiciary has too much power. Critics say this is a power grab that threatens the Israeli democracy. In Jerusalem, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Your workweek forecast is still ahead. Plus, a look inside the Teddy Bear Clinic. That's an effort to teach children about medicine and help prevent them from being scared of going to hospitals. Stay with us.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
More of these gray skies will be around as we round off the end of March. Now, we stepped into the afternoon with those increasing clouds as well as those light rain showers, and we'll continue to track a few of those showers, even sometimes some wintry mix as we step through the overnight. Sometimes that wintry mix may be able to hold on to some of those cold grassy spots with mild surfaces and dealing with wet surfaces. Much of any of that wintry precipitation, if it does come down as some wet snowflakes, we'll see minimal accumulation, looking to stay under half an inch. And again, majority of that melting down pretty quickly with not much remnant of that that to hang around as we step into our Tuesday. But note that we are going to continue to talk about an active week ahead. Won't be a total washout, as our next chance is going to be a cold front on Wednesday with minimal accumulation, but we're going to have these swings in the conditions. Now, we are looking to be in a little bit of a quiet period where we're going to have on again and off again unsettled weather. So quiet until Wednesday morning with some areas of sunshine. It's going to be a battle of that cloud cover. We're also going to have roller coaster temperatures with these sweeping weather features that will be in place. We have one frontal system on Wednesday and then another stronger system that will be setting up Friday into Saturday that will be coming out of portions of the Ohio River Valley that we still have to look at the features of that setup. However, as we look to step into our Tuesday, this is going to be our quieter day. We have temperatures climbing underneath some areas of that sunshine into the afternoon, but looking to hold slightly below average into those 40s, as this is the time of the year where we start to really see that average high temperature climb, because we're seeing that we get this higher sun angle. This is the time of the year where that snow melt really occurs, where we don't have much on the ground. So that means that that brown ground feature can help warm up the atmosphere as well. So with some sunshine, that's what's going to help bump temperatures into those 40s, where areas may stay underneath some cloud cover. We could see those temperatures pulled back a few degrees and even hold into those upper 30s to those lower 40s. Now, we'll start off Wednesday with blue sky around, but by the afternoon, we'll be watching a cold front drop its way in. It should come later into the evening and almost overnight potential. The earliest arrival will be off towards the northwest, where you're seeing Wayland and Hortonville area, seeing those rain showers earlier, where there will be more of that sunshine throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. That's where some 50s will be possible for a high temperature. So looking at more seasonal, but then again, turning that active weather on. Light accumulation with that cold front Wednesday. We'll have quickly switching winds that will continue to push those temperatures in different directions, where we are back again slightly cooler than average, but with some sunshine behind that cold front on Thursday. And then we'll be watching that next low pressure system work its way in Friday into Saturday. We should be warm enough with overnight lows and high temperatures to stay mostly rain showers. We'll watch the potential of any moderate downpours, but note that temperatures are fairly mild. We get a big warm up there into Saturday, which could bring some rumbles of thunder before again another round of some cooling will follow that wet weather.